Hey, shalom everyone. I was recording. I guess I've been talking to myself for the past 10 minutes. I don't know when it cut off, but I'm just going to start this damn video all over again. But anyway, shalom, grand rising to you guys, grand rising to all of y'all. I know that today is a different day for some people. Some people may feel terrible about the news. Some people may be elated and happy. But I want to say this though. You shouldn't, because it doesn't matter how you voted, it was going to come out this way. Me, I'm for neither. I'm neither for Democrats nor Republicans, nor will I put myself in liberal or conservative. I'm not going to put myself in those identifiers, right? Because when you're doing that, you're putting yourself into a box. I don't do that. I don't do that. You know, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Kamala supporter. Yeah, Kamala to me is her character, the character that they gave her, freaking annoying, man. She is annoying. Trump is hilarious. You know what I'm saying? He's a hilarious guy. But I don't vote because I know that my vote does not count. It does not count at all. Kamala can win the popular vote and Trump can win the electoral vote, and guess who's going to win? Trump. Because there's this thing called the Electoral College, which I'm sure some of y'all are aware of, where they actually cast their vote. And when they cast their vote, they cast on which politician they want. And then that's what they get, right? But it's much deeper than that, guys. Nobody won, nobody lost today. And I'm talking about us citizens. We all lost. We've been losing for decades, hell, centuries, right? Because the people who truly run this world, it's not our government. It's not the bankers. It's people above all of them. It's people above all of them. It's a family. Literally, there's this British guy, I can't remember his name, but he's been around for like 30 years, you know, talking about conspiracies. Can't remember his name. He's an older guy in his 60s. He has kind of like a mullet hairstyle. Y'all know who I'm talking about if y'all are into the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Right? Because he talks about reptilians. Anyways, you know, him and many others have brought up, you know, the fact that there's a family who sits behind the scenes. They run the entire world. Your bankers are subjected to them. Your government officials in all countries are subjected to these people. The reason being is because these people, they get their directives or they get their orders from the archons, the deities that exist, right? And these deities are known all over the world. So many different cultures and religions know of them. But in the Bible, they're called the archons, right? And I've mentioned them many times before. These are the ones that give their directives to this family. And like the British guy said, man, everybody in that family that makes those decisions can fit in the palm. I mean, like, you can literally count on them on both of your hands, right? It's not too many people who truly run this world. Everybody else are just puppets, right? And there's a lot of evidence out there to show that these people actually look like me. They're melanated people. And you know, I can believe it because when you look at the first Europeans to come over here to the Americas, they were melanated. They were melanated people. So-called black people. God, this guy driving slow. At least try to get past him. Yeah, these are so-called melanated people. So, and you know, these were the same people who came over here to Europe. I mean, to America from Europe, and destroyed the American Indians, which are the ancestors of the so-called African Americans, right? A lot of people who watch my channel and watch other channels out there like mine know that America is a true old world. Like I say in all the other videos, you know, all the biblical kingdoms were here in the Americas and not in any other landmass, right? The American Indians, a lot of tribes that descend that a lot of the tribes that were here in America descended from the biblical kingdom of Israel. I truly believe that the black Europeans who came back over here and brought havoc to the American Indian were descendants of the nations that got pushed out when Israel made their exodus. Okay? Specifically like the Canaanites, some of the Egyptians, and so on and so forth. Their descendants left, they fled to Europe. Started civilizations over there on that side of the world, Europe, Asia, and Africa. And then they made their way back over to the Americas and destroyed our people, and even mixed in with our people too. But it makes sense why they go so hard. They went so hard destroying us, and even to this day, their descendants go so hard destroying us. And I'm talking about their descendants being these powerful black folks that truly run the world. See, they use the white man as the boogeyman. The white man is not your real enemy, as these Hebrew camps teach, and so on and so forth, like history teach. They weren't the ones that enslaved us. It was other melanated folks who looked just like us who did it. The records are out there. You got channels like Curimeo, channels like Straight Up that will show you all this information, right? All this documented information. So, those are the people who truly run the world. We don't vote in presidents. We don't vote in presidents. That just doesn't happen. So I know people may be out there in their feelings, feeling some type of way, like they lost. But you shouldn't have had no dog in the fight, because your vote does not matter. And that's just the truth of the matter. Our votes don't matter. But it's sad, because when I look at how people vote, it's really disheartening. It's really saddening, because when you look at the ads and the commercials that were being pushed by the Democrats, even the ones that were being pushed by the Republicans, showing what Democrats were doing during their time in office, it was despicable. It was despicable to see all these things that these Democrats were pushing, these liberals were pushing, their whole liberal agenda. It's really just crazy. All they were talking about in their commercials and ads was women's reproductive rights and trans and LGBTQ rights. That's all they were talking about, and that's all they were really in support of. I'm just like, what about all the other real issues that are going on in the country, let alone the world? Why are we so worried about women's reproductive rights, aka the rights to kill your baby? And this is what I need people to understand. Now, I made a post this morning on Facebook, got a lot of people heated, and that was my intention. Because I don't like to tap dance around people's feelings. Like, it is what it is. I'm gonna tell you the truth whether you like it or not. But the point that I was making was that black people went out here hard. Now, not all black people, because I know a lot of black people were voting for Trump and voting conservative and Republican and all that, right? But you had quite a bit of black folks, especially black women, who were very vocal about voting liberal, right? And it's sad, because the people who got them thinking that way were a bunch of white women. Because if I were to be honest, the biggest supporter of liberal rights are white women. They will make you think that it's so-called black women or black people in general. No, it's not. Black people overall are more conservative. And then that's just, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but black people in general are way more conservative than most of your groups of people. I'm going to say especially over white folks, right? But white women are the most liberal. You got to remember that white women were some of the first feminists in this country. Some of the first feminists in this country. And when you look at all these organizations, a lot of these organizations that were started to support women's, women's rights and all that stuff, they were ran and controlled by white women. And they have pushed that whole tainted ideology on black women. So you see a lot of black women who are upset, like especially in my state, the state of Ohio. A lot of black women are upset because Sherrod Brown did not win a re-election, but that a Republican senator, a Republican won the seat for senator of Ohio. They're upset because now they can't go off to these clinics and unalive their unborn children. Like, that's sick. That's absolutely sick. Like, let's just keep it a buck. It ain't no such thing as women reproductive rights. What it is having the right to kill your damn child. That's what it is. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. That's what it is. It's evil, man. It's evil, and they trick women into thinking that, oh, they're still in your rights. No, the hell they're not. And I had a guy who I went to school with. He went in my comment section. He was like, man, they weren't voting about that. They were just voting to have a choice. And I replied, what, the choice to not let him hit it raw? The choice to not to let him hit it raw? Is that the choice? Because that's a choice they decided to make. You decided as an adult to have sexual relations with that man. And then on top of it, to have sexual relations with that man without protection. You got pregnant, and sometimes it's a case that you may have wanted to have a child with that man, but then you found out that man was terrible. That's not our fault that you didn't vet that man. It's not our fault, because usually in situations like that where there's an unexpected pregnancy, and then the woman want to delete her child because she's not vibing with the father, it's because they rushed things. That's what you call being irresponsible with your body. So why should an innocent life have to be taken because you made the wrong decision? Why? People always bring up, and this is the thing. People always bring up, well, what if she got RAPED? Throw the D on there, right? What if that happened to her? I'd be like, if that was my daughter, if she got RAPED, I'd be like, okay. It ain't even gonna get that far to where we have to get an abortion. Why? Because I'm gonna take my daughter to make sure that she's not, pregnant. And that any residue of that guy that's in her, we can get up out of her. We can clean her out, right? That's what I would do. Because we know we can't control situations. We know things happen. But the thing is hell, if you fell down a flight of stairs and you happen to fall hard on something and hit your abdomen, right? And you're just not feeling well. Are you just gonna sit there and just like, man, I'm in so much pain, but I'm not gonna go to the hospital. There's a chance that I could be dying right now, but I'm not gonna go to the hospital. I'm just gonna wait and see. No! So why is it the same thing when you get RAPED? Why? Like, who sits around and wait days, weeks, months before they want to get checked out? Because if you get raped, if that happens to you, you can literally go immediately after you're let go or whatever. You can go out there and you can go out there and get tested. You can get the help that you need to make sure that doesn't turn into a pregnancy, right? So my thing is, where is accountability? Because we didn't even got to get into the controversial discussion of, well, what did the woman do? No, we ain't even got to go there. We don't even do any of that. That's irrelevant, because a woman can get raped no matter what. She can be dressed in full clothes, all that stuff, right? And still get raped. You know? So we don't even need to talk about that, right? I do believe that we shouldn't entice things, and we should keep ourselves away from certain situations to where, you know, that danger is more likely to happen. But we don't give a damn about that. We're just talking about women who are being raped in general. It don't matter, because getting raped is not good. That's a bad thing, right? I think we can all agree with that women should not have to worry about being raped, being assaulted, right? We shouldn't have to, that should be a thing women shouldn't have to worry about. But unfortunately, that is something that happens. So since that happens, there are protocols that women can go through to make sure that it does not go beyond that raping, right? So I don't want to hear the excuse of, well, what if she got raped? Okay, she got raped. What did she do after that? Did she go to the proper authorities? Did she go to a hospital or a clinic to make sure that she didn't? Because I can tell you this, you can go out here to clinics and hospitals and get Plan Bs for free. They'll give you a Plan B. Am I against Plan Bs? Yeah. For specific reasons. I ain't gonna say that I've ever, because I'd be a hypocrite if I said, oh, yeah, man, I've never had a woman use a Plan B before. I'd be fucking lying. Right? And what I did was, it was wrong and it was evil. You know, so I'm not a hypocrite when I say this. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, right? I was being irresponsible at that time, right? So I'm being completely transparent with you guys. So I'm saying, from my personal experience, is it right to use? No. If you're out here willy-nilly just laying down a rod on a woman or letting somebody bust you down raw, you should have to suffer all the consequences that come with that action. Period. But see, you know, this country has taught women that they don't have to be accountable for what they do. And I'm not just gonna put it solely on women, because it's men too. It's men out here that be forcing women to get these deletions, right, of these babies. So it's not just women, but I do want to say this. Black women are the biggest destroyers. And oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm actually Great Circle Earthworks, as I showed you guys yesterday in the videos. And no, in the video, it uploaded in a weird order. It didn't upload the way I wanted it to do. But anyways, I'm going over here to, I'm not actually going to it, but I'm going over here close to where the Newark mounds are and the Great Circle Earthworks are. Over here in Hebron, Ohio, Newark, Ohio, Heath, Ohio. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, man. I hate it. I hate the hypocrisy. You know, you have our people all the time who sit here and cry about our men and women, boys and girls being gunned down in the streets, but yet they'll be in support of women reproductive rights. Like, come on, make it make sense. Like, how are you sitting here saying that you support women deleting unborn children, but you're not okay with police officers deleting children, right? And it's not even unborn. Like, literally, they can get a full-term deletion. They can, I kid you not, this is real life. They can literally give birth to a child and have it deleted. Tell me that's not wicked. Tell me that's not wicked. They can literally do, in some states, they can literally do full term. A baby's born and they can delete it. But yet, if you hit a woman while she's pregnant, you'll go to jail, you'll go to prison. But these doctors who are deleting lives just because their mom is like, they don't have to go to prison, man. But I tell you this, y'all, all those people who are doing that, they're going to atone for all that. And that's the thing I want people to realize. We need to think about the long game, man. Because this society has got us thinking the short-term game. But guys, man, you have a reckoning. Those evil people, they have a hell of a reckoning coming when they pass on into the true life. I'm talking about. Whoo! I do not want to be any of these people, I tell you. Because all those babies that, I mean, you have women out here who have bodies, stacked on bodies. I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about babies. They have deleted bodies. Black folks are the biggest killers of black folks. I'm just sitting here, it's just hitting me. Just realizing the damage that we do to ourselves. And they tell us it's freedom. They tell us that's liberating. Taking a child's life is liberating? You know how crazy you sound? Because when we zero in on women reproductive rights, that is all it is. The right to kill your child. That's all it is. What else is it? What else have they spoken about when it comes to women's reproductive rights? Because we don't stop women from having sex. Like, there's no law saying that women can only have sex this certain way with particular people at a specific place. No. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? We're not stopping women from having as many kids as they want, right? We're not saying, oh, women, you'll have a cap on how many kids you can have. You can only have 3 children. No, we don't have that at all. So what is being spoken about? Like, what is this women reproductive rights? It's the right to kill your child. That is what it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's what it is. There's no argument. There's no argument at all. They have it disguised as women reproductive rights. They try to beautify that evil. That's evil, guys. If y'all support that shit, y'all are evil. And don't be out here supporting stuff blindly, because you do have people like that who are out here supporting blindly because they're like, oh yeah, I would never want to deny my wife or my sister or my niece or my daughter or my cousin or my co-worker of the right to have a freedom of choice, because that's what they try to market it as, the freedom of choice. No, the fuck it ain't. No, it ain't. The choice to kill or not to kill. That is the choice. To kill or not to kill. That is the question, right? That is the question. That is the choice. Sadly, because it has nothing to do with anything else. You know, it was funny because my wife, she came to me this morning. She was like, I don't know if I like your post. Maybe you should modify it a little bit. I'm like, hell no. I ain't modifying it. You know how I am. I said exactly what I meant. I said exactly what I meant. I said exactly what I meant, and I mean what I said. And I'm not gonna tiptoe to spare people's feelings, man. I mean, we're talking about the life of children here. Look, we hear YOLO all the time, live your best life, all this stuff, right? You got people out here who truly say they enjoy their life. Like, they go on vacations, they go up in the club, shake their ass, they wear scantily clad clothes, they F as many women as they want, they sleep with as many guys as they want, They go and party all the time. They say that they're living their best life. Well, what if you didn't have the chance to live your best life? And I'm not even talking about like all this vulgar shit. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people who think this way, who think about women's rights and all this stuff, a lot of them do that shit. A lot of them go out to the club. A lot of them are very risque people, right? But I'm just saying, what if you never had that chance? What if your parent decided to delete you? Wouldn't you feel some type of way? Like, let's be honest. If most people, like, say if everybody had, what is that? Damn, I just had it in my head and just left that quick. The Christmas Carol. What is that? The Ghost of Christmas Eve, or whatever the hell it is, man, with Scrooge, right? What if everybody had a moment like that, to where an angel came to you and took you back in time and brought you to a situation to where your mother was considering deleting you or not, and you can influence her to do so or not to do so? What do you think most people are going? What do you think most people are going to do? Most people will persuade their parent to keep them, unless they had a miserable life. Then they're probably like, yeah, you can just delete me, right? But most people will be like, no, they will do everything to try to convince that woman to keep her child, right? That'd be a good movie, honestly. But yeah, man, you know, that's what they will do. They will try to, why? Because they want to live their life. Especially imagine if you're accomplished in life. Imagine that. Because a lot of people use that excuse, well, what if the mother is poor and she's falling on hard times? Well, why did you get pregnant? Why did you have sex? Why did you go raw? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in that situation, why did you go raw? If you thought, come on now, where's accountability? Where is accountability? You know what I'm saying? But still, that's not a good enough excuse, because we've seen so many people who are millionaires, multimillionaires today, who said that they came out of situations where it was damn near like unlivable. Like they were going from homeless shelter to homeless shelter. You know, their parents was just poor and so on and so forth. It just looked bleak, right? And yet here they are, they made it today. So that type of story don't even mean nothing to me. Your parents can live literally in a trash can. Doesn't mean that their child is going to want that, because most children who come from terrible situations like that, they strive to want more than what they had as a child. And a lot of them turn out to be very successful people. So don't give me that excuse of, well, she just knew that her child's future wouldn't be bright. Well, even if you feel that way, here we can kill that excuse again. Give that child away. Look at Simone Biles, for example. What if her mother deleted her? What if her mother deleted her? We would never have the greatness. We would never have the greatness today, which is Simone Biles. May the Most High bless Simone Biles. I don't care what Simone Biles, well, I do care to a certain extent, but what Simone Biles' mom is doing or has said. But bless her for keeping Simone Biles and her other kids and not deleting them. Because look at what the positive influence that Simone Biles is to our young women, right? And look at all the accomplishments and achievements that she has gained, right? Because from what I understand, Simone Biles' mother was like a drug addict and she was dealing with poverty. But she gave her child away, and her child now has a better life. So I don't want to hear it, guys, man. I don't want to hear the excuses. It's just the right to kill children. And there has been a lot of evidence shown that these children that they delete, they use their bodies for medicine. Just like, what was her name? Henrietta Lacks, how they used her body and turned it into different type of products, right? That's the same thing they do to these children that you guys go out here and delete, man. Evil. Damn, somebody knocked down the pole. Sheesh. Somebody knocked down the stop. I say. I swear, man, you got some special people out here, man. Special. I'm really hoping this isn't a live load because I just came from like a 3-hour live load, and I was here literally 2 weeks ago, and I was here for 9 hours. 9 freaking hours. Like I mentioned in another video I made the other day. 9 hours was I sitting at this place. So hopefully I am a dropping hook. I can just drop this and book it, right? Anyways, I'll be back. Damn, I'm choking on the coffee. Shalom, guys. It's been hours since I paused the video. I know it's like a blink of the eye for you guys, but I paused the video and it's an hour later. So, of course, things never go as smoothly as you hope. That's just how it is in trucking. Of course, when I get here, just like last time, last time I came here, I was here for 9 hours, right? And it's because my load is not ready. So, like I said, my load was not ready last time I came here. Owens Corning in Heath, Ohio. Just in case you guys want to know. Last time I came here, the load wasn't ready, so I had to wait 9 hours for them to get that damn thing ready. Today, the load that they gave me, that my company gave me, they didn't have enough materials to load that container. I'm glad that they didn't, because I get paid. I don't get paid a full drop-in. I don't get paid a full load pay for that load that I don't get to pick up. However, I do get a load. I do get a pay for not being able to pick up that load. It's like, instead of it being like $33, I get paid like $20 or $25, something like that, right? But also, when I get another pickup after that, I get paid for that pickup. So they gave me a load that wasn't ready because it didn't have materials or whatever for that damn load. So I get paid like $20, $25 for that, and then I also get paid $33 for finishing, for delivering a new load that they gave me. So it kind of works out. And also, say if I've been there for over an hour, I get detention pay for that also. So it kind of worked out. But yeah, I mean, still, I hate when my days are mixed up like this and things aren't seamless and move easy. You know, like, I feel like they should verify this shit before they give it to us. Sorry, I got my window open. It's pretty warm out here. Like, it's November in Ohio. I'm gonna say Central Ohio because the weather is different depending on what part of Ohio you are. Well, when it comes to, like, I guess, like, latitude. Yeah, latitude. Depending on what latitude you're in. And that's just really all over the country. Like, all the states, no matter what state you're in, they're not gonna have the exact same weather, you know, especially if you live in like a medium-sized to large-sized state, you know. They may have similar weather, but not the same weather. Like, it could literally be a 10-degree difference within the same state. Because here in Ohio, like Central Ohio, we don't get as much snow as Northern Ohio does, and we don't get as cold as Northern Ohio does. I mean, there are some times where we can share the exact same temperature, but it can vary drastically at times. I know some states like Colorado, man, they're getting like a snowstorm, man. Lucky bastards. Sometimes I just be wanting any reason not to go to work. Even though I want to get paid, though, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I do have PTO that I could use, but I don't know. I'm plotting on using it for Thanksgiving. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but it's a paid holiday for my job. Now I'm sure they're going to offer some incentives, but I don't know, man, because I mean, this is probably going to be, I mean, sure, Christmas and New Year's, we get those days off also. I have PTO saved up by those days, but who knows, man? If I'm kind of thinking about this. I don't know if I'll be able to save up as much PTO at that time, because I think I would need to save up like 5 or 6 days of PTO. But shit, if I save up 5 or 6 days of PTO, man, I could have a whole like week off of paid vacation, and that'd be nice. That'd be nice, but I gotta really, honestly, I gotta save up my PTO because my wife and I were expecting a little girl, and I'm definitely gonna need that time off to help her out. I already get 2 weeks of paid PTO, and I'm thinking about like staggering the days. So I'm thinking about maybe not taking off 2 straight weeks, but just dividing those 14 days and add them into my work week. So instead of working 5 days straight, I'll work 3 days and have 2 days off each week. So, instead of having 2 straight weeks off, I could have more like, I think it was like 7 weeks of shorter work weeks, right? So I'll work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, right? So instead of having 2-day weekends for a whole, 2.5 months, I will have 4-day weekends, which I think will be better than just burning all my 2 weeks, because my wife, she's gonna need help for more than just 2 weeks. 2.5 months of me being home more often will definitely be more of a help to my wife, so that's how I'm gonna do that. Now, if I save up PTO, say if I save up because our child is due to be born, our little baby girl is due to be born in April. I want to say like early to mid-April, and by the time April comes, I should have about a week of PTO. So if that happens, I have even more time. You know what I'm saying? I can divide that week up, because I get about a day and a half of PTO every month, right? So if I start saving up, say, PTO at the end or at the beginning of December, I have December, January, February, March, in April. So I will around that time have close to a week of PTO saved up if I save up my PTO. Say if I don't burn, because I have some PTO saved up right now. So if I don't burn that PTO and I just keep stacking up my PTO, I should have easily a week of PTO by time my wife gives birth. So that could be close to 3 weeks of PTO right there, and that will be very nice, But even if I don't have the 3 weeks, just divvying it up the way I am, just the 14 days that they give me, that will work out very well. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, I didn't mean to say 2.5 months. About 2 months will be how long I can do that for. So yeah, that'd be very nice to be able to do that for about 2 months. Help my wife out more, be at home more to help out my wife. But I could always take off more days, because that's paid leave. While my wife, on the other hand, I can take off more days. It's just that I won't be paid for that. And of course, I need to be paid. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So going back to what I was saying, it I think that most women, not most women, but I think a lot of women will have issue to what I'm saying, only because they have been suckered into this idea of women's rights, this false idea of women's rights. Like, no, they ain't taking your rights. You never had any real rights. Let's talk about human rights. Let's talk about the freedoms that we do have and the freedoms that we don't have. Why is it that those rights to kill innocent children, why is that more important than having lower taxes? Why is that more important than, handling this homelessness crisis, this crisis of overinflation? Like, why are we not talking about, why is that not on the forefront of a lot of these liberals' mind? Why is it always they want to market to women sexual liberation? Like, why is that something they always market to women? Women, you don't eat. I mean, some women do eat off of their sexual liberation, right? Like OnlyFans, these online prostitutes. I'm always getting a red light over here. Like, I'm always having issues over here for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm always having issues over here. So, anyways, yeah, why is that always a thing? Like, I don't get it. Like, why is it that we are more worried about people's sexual liberation over feeding y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, I'm not this misogynistic pig. Like, I'm not an asshole. I'm not a misogynist. I love women. I am here because of a woman. The Most High used the woman as a vessel to carry me to full term. I don't hate women. I love women. I mean, if I hate women, I hate myself, because I am of my mother. I'm my mother and my father, right? So I can't hate women. I just hate the trickery that these evil people use on women. These people, these politicians, whether they're Republican or Democrat, they hate y'all. They truly do, because they know the evil work that they're putting in, but they're not telling you this. They're putting it under the guise of them helping you. No, they want to help eradicate you all. And that's why I gotta get y'all to understand. Like, my cousin, she came on Facebook, like, talking about how hurt she was. And then my friend, my best friend, he said that his wife, co-workers were crying because Kamala lost. I'm just like, ladies, these people hate you. Have we forgotten what Kamala did to so-called black people? How she imprisoned black mothers because of their children not going to school for whatever reason, whether it was the children's fault or not, because there was a lot of innocent women that were locked up and innocent children who were taken from their parents from mishaps and to no fault of their own because of the faulty law in the school systems in California, right? You had black women locked up because of this woman. You had black men imprisoned because of this woman. And all she did was years later cackle and laugh at what she later reneged on. Right? Like, you helped send men to prison in California on a 3 strikes rule because they were smoking marijuana or selling marijuana, something that's completely legal today. Right? Completely legal. That wasn't what happened. But yeah, completely legal. All right. A lot of people up over a freaking herb, right? When it shows that this woman had connections to communist China, to the drug cartels. One of the guys that she dated that was way older than her is connected to the drug cartels. They were getting cartel members out of the country, helping them flee from the law while locking y'all black asses up, right? Absolutely diabolical. And you got sisters out here caping and crying for this woman. Sisters, she was going to do y'all no good. I'm saying this because I love y'all. These people, it may not be something y'all want to hear. I know it is hard for the ears. I know that when somebody is telling it so bluntly, it just doesn't sit right in your soul. But the reason why is because you got evil in you. You got to check that. You got to check it, man. You have to ask yourself, why doesn't this sit well with me? I know he's telling the truth, but why doesn't this sit well with me? That's because you got leaven in your heart. You got evil in your heart, man. Get that out of there. And I'm saying that because I love you. I care about you. It doesn't sound good, and I'm not going to make it sound pretty. I'm just not. Because people need to hear the truth. Think about it like this. People wanted to kill Christ. They wanted to kill him, and they succeeded at killing him because he told the truth. The same thing with Paul, Peter, and John. Killed all of them. Because, and others who I did not mention. Because they told the truth, and it wasn't pretty. Think about that. Because what I just said is very deep. And it's going to go over your head. Some of your heads like chemtrails. But those who have the ears to hear, take this message in. Listen and consider my words. These people hate y'all. They hate y'all. And this is all smoke and mirrors. It's all charades. It's all a puppet show. These people don't give a damn about you. This is all a script. Kamala losing is a script. Trump is no better. He's no better. Whatever agenda he pushed is what they always wanted him to push. Do I think that Trump is going to save America? Hell no. I was talking to one of my managers today this morning, and she was like, I pray that Trump wins. And I'm just like, but I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm a little troll, man. I'm a little troll. I be trolling these people. I'm like, yeah, man, it sure would be nice for Trump to win, wouldn't it? Yeah, man, he could definitely save America. And they be like, so I lure them into the conversation. I be suckering them in so I can hear how they think, right? Some people may be like, oh man, you catering, you catering to them and all that. I lure them in so I can hear how they think, right? That's how you operate in wisdom, man. Like, if I want to hear people's thoughts, you gotta, because I do the same thing with Kamala. I'm like with people who obviously, like, I throw fillers out there, right, to see how they're reacting or what their thoughts may be. Then when they confirm to me their thoughts, and I want more information, I throw out things like, say if I know they're a Kamala supporter, I'm like, man, yeah, Kamala just lost, or dang, man, how you feel about Trump winning? I don't give a damn about Trump or Kamala, which one won, but I want to hear their thoughts. I want to hear their mind states so I can know how to operate around these people, right? You can learn a lot by doing that, for real. You can learn a lot by scoping out your environment, right? That's operating in wisdom. Because you can know how to categorize people. Some people ain't right. They can use that as a form of manipulation, right? But yeah, man, Trump ain't no better. Trump ain't no better. You know, people were talking about Agenda 2020, I think it's 2025. But really, people need to be peeping Agenda 2030. I've been talking about this for years, man. I think it was like back in, I want to say the year 2020, where they was talking about Agenda 2020. But also, they were talking about Agenda 2030, right? So a lot of the stuff that's going to happen in Agenda 2030 is already happening. Why? Because Agenda 2020 was to start implementing some of the things that are going to be, I guess, written in stone in 2030. Like when it comes to the infrastructure, a lot of stuff has changed. A lot of things like with the EVs and things like that, they have moved forward with. Now that's what we need to pay attention to. Agenda 2030. Agenda 2025 was just a distraction from Agenda 2030. Agenda 25 was more pushing like, oh yeah, we gotta not get Trump or any Republican in office. We gotta keep them out of the office, because if they do, they're gonna make America permanently conservative. Women won't be able to have reproductive rights and so on. Like, stop it, guys, stop it. Why are you worried about that when they are literally talking about annihilating you guys, putting you guys in concentration camps, monitoring you guys way more, controlling you guys way more, taking away your firearms, limiting the way you travel. You know how we can just, grab the keys, hop in the car, fill up the tank, and just go on a road trip, just being spontaneous. Well, guess what? With Agenda 2030, they're talking about having intra-state passports, meaning that you would need a passport to travel from state to state to state. Literally needing security clearance to go from state to state. So they're talking about introducing toll points, like checkpoints at every state. So I'm right now I'm on I-70. I-70 goes literally from one side of the country to the other. So every time, like, say if I take I-70, I'm in Ohio right now. Say if I take I-70 west and I cross into Indiana, ain't no more just looking at the sign like, yeah, beep the horn, we're in Indiana. No. You literally will have to stop at a checkpoint and get checked in. Tell me, is that what y'all want? Y'all want that? Y'all want to focus on, or do y'all want to focus on, women reproductive rights and sexual liberation? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. I need y'all to put on your thinking caps. I need y'all to really think about these things. That now they Agenda 2030, no more gasoline engines, motors. Now they want electric vehicles. They want EVs, right? They want EVs, which means that now, and they're hinting to introducing kill switches to these EVs, right? So if you're ever fleeing for whatever reason, or if you're late behind on the car payment and you just need like 2 more days to catch up, guess what? They can turn your shit off. They even will have functions. They even have a patent for a function that returns your car to the dealership, right? This is all the shit that they're doing. Like, and not even talking about how it's going to be so much harder, so much more expensive to live. But you guys want to talk about y'all want to talk about the distraction of having the right to kill your baby and to do whatever you want sexually and all this weird stuff, right? Guys, come on, man. I'm not trying to be condescending. I'm not trying to be an asshole or jerk. None of that. I may come off as being that, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I need y'all to really think about these things. And, like I used to say in all my videos all the time, I need y'all to prep. Don't give up on prepping. Don't stop prepping. Don't stop prepping. Keep prepping. especially if you ain't prepped. If you have never prepped, keep prepping. Because I think things are going to get worse. I don't think Trump is going to save America. I think things are going to get worse. And they're probably going to use the excuse, well, this damage was already done by Kamala and Biden, blah, 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 like they always do, right? And then I can't fix the hole that they dug us in and, you know, all that bullshit, right? I don't think it's going to get better, guys. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get better at all. But I'm just, just entertaining this whole election thing, like how people are so hurt over the selection, over the selection that our taskmasters have chosen. Don't be upset at black men, white men, black women, because Trump won. Hey, don't be mad at anybody. Y'all didn't choose that. Even though a lot of these Republicans believe that they chose Trump, they didn't. That's a sad thing, man. They think they chose that man to be their president. What is a president? What is a president? Nothing. A president is a puppet. A president is an illusion of power. Watch. Trump is going to show you the illusion of power. He's going to go and bend the knee to that fake place called Israel, right? He's going to go over there and kiss the ring of their little leader over there. Which is a ritual that all these people do, showing you that this is not what it seems, guys. Not what it seems at all. Yeah, man, this is deep. It is deep, man. Deeper than you guys think. But people who watch my channel, y'all know. You already know what it is. You already know what the deal is. Y'all know we don't buy this crap. But to my people who don't, I need y'all to wake up, man. I need y'all to wake up. The people who want to preserve this society, I need y'all to wake up. This society is totally against y'all. And it's evil. It's evil. If y'all think America is a great society, y'all are gravely mistaken. America was built off the oppression of many people. This country did not become great because of people and their willingness to work. That's not the truth. That's furthest from the truth. It came from the destruction of people. And even to this day, the suffering of people is what makes this country go round. And it's like that for many other countries too. It's not just America. But that's why I said this society. Because it's a bunch of other countries too, like China. You think that they've become a superpower simply or solely off of hard work? No. First of all, America's government always try to make it seem like China is the big bad boogeyman or the enemy. But what they won't tell you is that America or I'm going to say the United States and Britain were the ones who built up China. Just like they built up Dubai. Yes. If you follow the breadcrumbs to the success of China and Dubai, which I believe is the United Arab Emirates, they had a lot of backing, funding by the United States, right? They've been supporting them for literally centuries, especially within the past 100 years. Yeah, China would not be as big or as powerful as it is today if it wasn't for the United States. So it's a monster that they created that now they're putting out to you guys saying, watch out for this boogeyman. No, they cultivated that. And the reason why is because they needed a society that they were going to later model their societies after. Y'all see the control and the same thing goes with Korea too. The same thing goes with North Korea. Do you see how both of those countries are and the control that they have over their people? That's the same type of control that they want, especially North Korea. That's the same type of control that they want over the United States. It's literally, North Korea is a microcosm of what they want for the rest of the world. Literally, I kid you not. That's what they want. And we're they have it their way. We'll get to that point. The rest of the world will get to that point because slowly but surely they are taking away your rights. Like, this is why I have problems with censorship on the internet. Like, I know I use the word great and stuff like that, for the RIP word, but it's just I never felt comfortable saying that word, man. That's the only reason why I will say it like that. But when we participate in that, we're participating in our own censorship. Like, literally, the internet has people so shook. Like, platforms like Facebook and YouTube have us so shook that people are literally self-censoring themselves to where now it's becoming a new normal, right? We are slowly coming into what people call fascism. Like, we are slowly creeping into what, fascism is. Are you gonna go? Go already, dude. What the hell? This dude literally, he wanted to get over. Okay, so I came off a ramp to get on another highway, right? This person is trying to get off of that highway that I want to get on to get onto the ramp that I just came off of, right? So he has his turn signal on, but instead of getting over as I'm getting over into the lane that he's in, he needs to get over into the lane that I was in. Instead of getting over, he stops literally on the highway, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, obviously you want to get over. I don't. Moving on. But yeah, man, it's crazy. That's how they want us to be, guys. I mean, we're literally turning to a fascist. The entire world is turning to a fascist society, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a complete, utter, total control over the people. That is what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. We're going to be censored. We're going to be controlled to the highest extent. And we don't see it. Like, they're slowly implementing these things, and we don't see it. Like, even the freedom to travel. I believe it was during Trump's last presidency where they made it that if you owe child support, you cannot get a passport. Wow. You're really like taking away a person's constitutional right, which is the freedom. You have you have the freedom to travel. That may not be a constitutional right, but it's people can't say that traveling is a freedom of expression. I have heard people say that many times before, right? But you're literally taking away people's rights, man. Because people should have the right to travel. Why are you taking away a person's right to travel? You know what I'm saying? Like, because they owe money? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So that's just an example that I'm using, like, where they're slowly taking away your rights and you don't see it. Just like how they're slowly taking away cash money and gold and stuff like that. See, when they're trying to convert everybody to go digital, how they're taking away, gasoline vehicles and pushing towards EVs only, right? How they're censoring on the internet. Like, you guys, how do y'all not see this shit happening? But we want to focus on women's reproductive rights. Right? We won't focus on the right to kill an unborn child. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. But yeah, this is the society we live in today, guys, where we prioritize things that should not be prioritized. Absolutely mind-blowing, if you ask me. Absolutely mind-blowing. It's crazy. Anyways, guys, that's essentially all I need to say, because now I'm just saying the same thing over and over and over again. But yeah, man, I would like to hear you guys' opinions down in the comment section. But it's just crazy. Oh, I did see a video this morning where there was a woman, a white woman, who attacked a sister in a coffee shop, right? And this is the thing, right? Because the sister was Republican. White woman who attacked her was like a liberal, right? And I'm just like, you're not using wisdom. You're going to a coffee shop with your friends discussing Republican views. That's not wise. I feel like talking about your political views in a public space is not wise. Like, I'm talking about out and about. I'm not talking about like on the internet. It's not wise because it can be seen as being contentious and combative, right? So I'm not surprised that in a coffee shop that, especially I think it was in DC, a coffee shop in DC, that a liberal wouldn't get upset. Because first of all, let me say this. Most people who go to coffee shops are fucking yuppies, man. Most of them are millennial, Gen Z, some of your Gen X yuppies, right? So I'm not surprised. Like most of that culture, that coffee culture and bar culture, most of the people who go there and run those type of establishments and own those type of establishments are people who are usually liberal. Most people who go to coffee shops, a lot of people who go to coffee shops have liberal mindsets. You have a lot of gays that go there, a lot of LGBTQ people there. You got a lot of women who are there. You got a lot of feminists who are there, right? Male feminists, female feminists, you have all of them there. Like, that's like their favorite place to congregate. So it's like, of all places, you decided to go to a coffee shop? Like, that's the most yuppiest place you can go to. That's the most millennial place you can go to. Right? You're going to find a bunch of people with nose piercings, big old giant, I forget what they call those damn things, those big old ear piercing spacer things. They have a damn name for those things. You're going to find all that, all different color hair there, you know what I'm saying? Non-natural colors. You're going to find all those type of people there, right? So why was she so surprised that some super liberal woman was arguing with her? Like, I don't get it. Like, but of course, you know, I feel like people do have the right to talk about these things, but it's like, don't invite that unnecessary evil. Like, what are you doing? You're not using wisdom. But yeah, man. Of course, the manager, it was a white woman who was arguing with this sister. And then the store manager, he came and he was like, not taking, even though he saw that the white woman had started the fight, he wasn't even trying to stop her. He was trying to calm the sister down. Now I do feel like she did turn up a little too much. Like, she did do a little too much, but still, you know, he wasn't going after the right person, and she addressed him about that. But see, this is the thing. Like I said before, I may not have said this before, but white women are the biggest supporters of liberal mindset. Why? Because They, like I said, they were the first feminists. They were the first feminists. They are the main ones who push this women's rights. Like, I kid you not. Go to a lot of these protests and gatherings, you will see that majority of the people out there who are marching for women's reproductive rights and sexual liberation are white women. And the reason why they get black women involved is not because they necessarily, because trust me, these liberal white women, they hate black women, which is why they came after that black woman, right? But they hate y'all. But the reason why they pretend to rock with y'all is because they need y'all. Y'all are a number. Y'all are a body to them that can help them get their way. That's all it is. And I'm not saying that all white women are like this at all, but it's a lot of white women who are especially millennials and Gen Z, right? Sad. Absolutely sad. And then they sucker our women into this crap. They sucker our women into this crap. Absolutely diabolical. Sorry, I gotta check something real quick. Yeah, they sucker our women into it and make us fight a fight that's not ours. These people have been trying to destroy us for literally thousands of years, but we can zero in into the past several decades. Have you ever heard of Margaret Sanger? She was a huge supporter of feminism, a huge supporter of women's reproductive rights and sexual liberation, all that stuff for black women. This whole abortion thing, like this whole, euthanism of black children didn't start, like Planned Parenthood and all this stuff, it didn't just start recently. It was started, in the early 1900s, and it was started to depopulate the black folks in America, so-called black folks in America, right? She did not have hatred for y'all. She didn't do it. She wasn't aborting y'all babies because she cared about y'all health and all that. No, that's not what it was. She was literally trying to eliminate you guys. And she was getting black women on board to work with her and to campaign with her. It's crazy how lost we are as a people, man. This whole entire world is lost, but it's just crazy that we have had all this stuff done to us as a people. I'm talking about my people, and yet we still trust. We still trust these people. Now, when I mean these people, I'm not talking about a particular race. I'm talking about the government. It's crazy. Anyways. But yeah, man, that is all I have to say for now. I will be talking to you guys later. So, peace out, shalom. May the God of Israel bless all those who do His will. Peace.